Welcome to the Explainer. So, I want you to imagine something crazy. You wake up tomorrow morning, stretch, walk into your kitchen to grab some cold milk for your cereal, and there's just an empty space where your refrigerator used to be.
Seriously, think about that. What if every single refrigerator on Earth vanished tomorrow? Just disappeared into thin air? At first glance, you might be thinking, well, that's just a minor inconvenience, right? A frustrating start to your day where you have to drink your coffee black or eat dry toast. But, as we're going to unpack today, this invisible cold chain is actually the load-bearing scaffolding of our entire modern civilization.
Section 1. The day the fridges vanish.
Okay, so almost immediately, millions of tons of food turn into waste. As temperatures naturally rise in our homes, our supermarkets, and massive warehouses, meat, milk, and fresh food spoil incredibly rapidly. We aren't just talking about a few neglected leftovers here. We're looking at millions of tons of edible food becoming an actual biohazard in just a matter of hours.
The crisis spirals out of control terrifyingly fast. Look at this timeline. We go from 24 hours of rapid spoilage right into 48 hours where foul odors set in, hitting a major supply collapse in just 1 week, and eventually resulting in a total lifestyle shift months later. A localized appliance problem immediately snowballs into a civilization-altering catastrophe.
Section 2. The 48-hour rot.
Within just 2 days, absolutely foul odors would spread through supermarkets and restaurants everywhere. Imagine walking into your local grocery store, and the smell of thousands of pounds of rotting meat and dairy just hits you like a wall. Restaurants would completely lose their ability to keep ingredients safe, essentially shutting down dining out as we know it.
This triggers an immediate, desperate behavioral shift. On one side, fresh food is rapidly spoiling, becoming this massive biological hazard. But on the other side, there is an absolute chaotic rush by the public to buy canned, dried, and preserved foods. The panic buying sets in the exact second everyone realizes the fresh food supply is completely gone, leaving only what is sitting in a can on a shelf to eat.
Section 3. Week 1. System collapse.
By this point, the reality is pretty grim. After just 1 week, global supply chains completely collapse. Without the ability to transport goods in cold environments, food prices skyrocket almost instantly. Those highly optimized logistics networks that we blindly rely on every single day simply grind to a halt, leaving basic, essential products incredibly scarce worldwide.
This brings us to a devastating two-sided toll, both economic and human. Farmers and food distributors suffer enormous financial losses. Think about it. They have the crops, they have the fresh products, but they are completely unable to transport them to market before they spoil. And on the flip side, the global population faces severe food shortages. The tragic irony is that the food actually exists at the source, but the bridge to get it to people is totally broken.
Section 4. The hidden medical crisis.
Now, what's truly terrifying is what happens inside our hospitals. We rely so heavily on constant refrigeration to treat the sick. Things like vaccines, insulin, and countless other life-saving medicines require a strict, uninterrupted cold chain just to remain safe and effective.
The stark gravity of this situation really cannot be overstated. Without refrigerators, millions of doses of these vital medicines could spoil overnight. This puts countless lives at immediate risk. People who rely on daily insulin injections or critical medical treatments would suddenly find themselves completely cut off from the very things keeping them alive.
Section 5. Reverting to the past.
Fast forward a bit. To keep food safe without cold temperatures, we would have to abandon modern convenience and revert to 4 ancient survival tactics: drying, salting, canning, and fermentation. These would transition from being fun niche skills to the absolute vital foundations of our daily survival.
The deep irony here is that these are the exact same preservation methods used by humanity for thousands of years before refrigerators were ever even invented. We wouldn't be innovating our way out of the crisis, you know? We'd be forced right back into the time-consuming, labor-intensive habits of our distant ancestors.
Section 6. Could humanity actually adapt?
So, let's weigh the outcomes here. Yes, for sure there is one potential positive, a massive decrease in global electricity consumption, since millions of compressors wouldn't be running day and night anymore. But let's be real, that single benefit would never be enough to offset the insurmountable surge in economic, health, and food crises. These massive, interconnected failures would fundamentally reshape modern civilization, completely stripping away the safety nets we take for granted.
Which leaves us with this final, thought-provoking question to ponder. Could humanity truly adapt to a world without refrigerators, or would this become one of the greatest crises in human history? It really makes you realize our deep and visible dependence on the cold chain. So the next time you open that glowing door to grab a snack, take a moment to appreciate what that humming box actually does for our world. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and keep exploring the amazing, complex systems that hold our lives together.